public hearing. These are the requests.
Okay. Can we all rise, please?
I just put the ones on.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy.
Here.
Councilman Wareham.
Here.
Councilman Creighton.
Here.
Councilwoman Minogue.
Here.
No problem.
Okay. Supervisor appoints Patrick Teese to the Youth Advisory Board for term of office from September 10, 2014 to December 31st, 2016. Under correspondence, we have a first reading for a run walk for the John W. Cook Post Veterans Day Parade, a first reading for Barilla's Farm Fall Festival, a first reading for VFW Post Veterans Day Parade, and we have a building department report for August 2014, which is on file in the town clerk's office. Does anybody wish to be heard for or against the special event permits? We'll move on. The town board, we have the public hearings now, Mr. Okay. Town board to consider the town's entry onto certain real property located at 153 Alder Drive, Kings Park.
On there.
Said property reputedly owned by the estate of James Vita for the purpose of removing the accumulation of rubbish, debris, grass, weeds, overgrown vegetation, and bamboo within 10 feet of the subject property boundaries, all in violation of Chapter 221 of the Smithtown Town Code.
Councilwoman Minogue.
No, it's a public hearing.
Public hearing, yep.
Good afternoon, Mr. Supervisor, members of the town board. My name is Martin Simon, Assistant Town Attorney for the town of Smithtown. The purpose of today's public hearing number 1 is for the town board to consider the town's entry onto the property at 153 Alder Drive in Kings Park to remove an accumulation of rubbish, debris, tall grass and weeds, overgrown vegetation, and bamboo within 10 feet of the property lines from the property, all in violation of Chapter 221 of the Town Code. There had been a public hearing on this matter on June 3rd. This is the second public hearing, and the purpose of that was an attempt to reach out to someone or put someone on notice who had an interest in this property to come forward and clean it up. We also have summonses pending regarding this matter in district court, and there's been no appearances on those summonses. And we believe the estate of James Vita, who we believe is the owner of this property, still has not been settled. There's no probate or administration proceeding that's been resolved. So it's at this point that the town needs to step in, enter the property, and clean it up.
Thank you. Anybody wish to be heard on this matter? Now I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Minogue.
Yes.
Next public hearing is for the town to consider proposed local law 1 of 2014, amending local law number 8 of 1984, chapter 296 of the code, entitled Vehicles and Traffic as it relates to recreational vehicles and penalties.
Good afternoon, Supervisor and Town Council members. My name is Jennifer Youngst, Assistant Town Attorney with the Town Attorney's Office. The purpose of this public hearing is to allow public comment and your consideration for proposed Local Law 1 of 2014. As the Supervisor has explained, there are 3 particular changes to the code here. The first one being to the definitions. The town is proposing the addition of a definition for recreational vehicle in particular, to be described as a motorized or towable vehicle made for camping. The second change is to the penalties for offenses. It's a singular change, increasing the penalty for a first offense from $150 to $250. All other terms in the offense provision remain the same. And the third is a change to the parking of trailers subsection. to add subsection B as in boy, that in all residential zoning districts, parking or storage of any recreational vehicle on the street shall be prohibited. There are these code amendments through this local law will advance some legitimate public safety interests of the town. Public safety is advised that no permit is needed, that these vehicles may not be parked on a public street as it is. If the vehicles need to be parked in a front yard, it has to be on a paved surface. However, no such paved surface is required if you need to park on a side or a backyard. And with that, I'll leave it open to comment.
Okay, thank you. Anybody wish to be heard on this? Sir, you met me in the hallway. Did you want to be heard? Please come up to...
Regarding the recreational vehicle, I'm just concerned.
Well,
how-
give me your name.
John,
And your address.
2 Wood Hollow Court, John Lindros, 2 Wood Hollow Court, Fort Salonga. As far as recreational vehicles, they have passenger plates. So how are you looking to change the law, as far as the New York State law, saying that a passenger vehicle is not allowed on the street? There are people who in the community who drive vehicles on a full-time basis, so you're telling them that they cannot drive their vehicle and park in the street then?
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard? Ernie Kraus?
Ernie Kraus, 19 Howell Drive, Smithtown. In addition to recreational vehicles and other things, I propose that commercial vehicles also be banned from parking on the street. They should be parked. If somebody has a small business that has a commercial truck, you should put it in his driveway. Put your car on the street because they obstruct sight lines. It's dangerous. In my own neighborhood, there's 2 of them. One of is parked right on the turn. You can't see anybody coming the opposite direction. Another one, that truck is parked there for God knows how long. You cannot even see the intersection. So in my opinion, commercial vehicles are just as dangerous on the road, parked on the road permanently, than any RV or anything like this. So if you do make rules and regulations, I wish you would add commercial trucks to this proposal.
I'm not sure, but I'm relatively sure that we already have that ordinance. If the commercial vehicle is over 10,000 pounds, it cannot be parked in the street. Are you suggesting any commercial vehicle?
Well, yes, I'm talking about vans,
Okay.
Joe the plumber and Charlie the carpenter and other trucks. They're high. In other words, if they're in any location where in the curve in the road, you cannot see what's coming up. So they could park them in there. I have no objection about parking them in their own driveway. I have no objection to that.
Okay, so maybe somebody from public safety is listening to you who helps amend these laws. He'll take your suggestions in consideration. Look at the current law, which I think bans vehicles over 10,000 pounds from the street. We'll take a look at that. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ernie. Patricia, I'm sorry, I can't, Whitnice? Whitnice is the name? Yes, I refrained from speaking. Okay, thank you. William Perlinsky?
I have one question regarding RVs. Is an insert to a pickup truck considered an RV with wheels? In other words, you have a pickup truck, you put an insert, you go camping with it. You come back, you take it off, you put it in your garage or on your lawn.
I don't know the answer to that question,
Uh-huh.
but we'll get you the answer.
Because the way your law was written, or the way I heard it, is a vehicle with wheels. Now, an insert doesn't have wheels. There's jacks that you drive under.
Madam Attorney, could you address that?
The definition is a motorized
You're going to have to go to the mic so we can hear it on tape.
It's a point well taken, but the definition as it stands right now is a motorized or towable vehicle made for camping. seemed to be a specific instance and emphasis that was put on
So that
this.
if somebody added a box onto it that's removable, it wouldn't meet the definition?
It might not. It really depends
Okay.
on it's very fact-specific, and it would depend on what you're proving the insert is being used for. Some are
Does
not
that help
used
you,
for
Mr.
camping.
Polinsky?
Well, used for camping. Go out on the beach for safety.
Okay, we'll take another look at that.
Okay.
Thank you, that's a lot of work.
Thank you. Okay, we've dispensed of public hearings, correct?
You just have to close it.
Okay, I'll move to close that hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Okay, advertisement for public hearing, town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at Town Hall on October 7th at 2 p.m. to consider a special exception as submitted by the St. James Realty New York LLC for modifications and facade renovations to an existing nursing home.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes. Town board to authorize the clerk to advertise for the following bids. A bid for refuse collection vehicles, CNG powered, used refuse collection vehicles, CNG powered, emergency standby generators, as per C.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board to award the following bids. A bid for a 4x4 dump truck to Long Island Freightliner, as per the bid received on July 31st.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes. Town board has to do study and deliberation of the subject record to issue a secret negative declaration, determination of non-significance. A environmental impact statement is not necessary. The town board's own motion to accept the transfer of a parcel of land known as Suffolk County Tax Map 0834-1-4 on Frank Street from Suffolk County, and to subsequently transfer the property to the Long Island Housing Partnership on September 3rd. Is there another one, Mr., on a secret declaration?
It's a secret right here. On your supplemental right here.
Yeah, okay.
Right there.
Okay. Town board also have to do study and deliberation. No environmental impact statement is necessary in the matter of an application for a special exception petition by Prospect Sports Partners LLC for reasons stated in a memorandum by Howard Barton.
Also B on the other agenda, the main agenda.
Okay, an application for transfer of density flow rights, number PUS, White Towel Mountain Family LP, September 4, 2014.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, you could read.
Town board to approve the following as before: A, minutes approval, and also of August 12th, 2014. B, town board hereby approves the acceptance and transfer of title to the premises identified as Suffolk County Tax Map 834-1-4, amendment of the 2014 road program, extension of agreement with Wheeling LFG Services. E, sale of certain parcel to the town of town-owned land designated Suffolk County Tax Map 800-126-1 and Part of 41, subject to permissive referendum in the amount of $225,000. F, extension of agreement with BBS Architects, Landscape Architects, and Engineers for professional services at the Smithtown Water District Building in Kings Park. G, Louis Necroto and Catherine Core to attend a seminar. H, Stephanie Hurd, environmental analyst, Richard Kitten, other employees to also extend to a trade show. I, the rejection of all proposals received May 30, 2014 in connection with PIN 13-078 for computer-aided dispatch software. J, sole soft repaired to OK Trojan Loader by H.O. Penn Machinery. K, Supervisor Patrick R. Vecchio's appointment to Patrick C. Teese to the Youth Advisory Board. L, the sale of 0.2 density fluorides. M, Eileen Tropia, Personnel Director, Officer of the, and Meg, employee. You got that?
Member Supervisor.
Okay. As per L, M, Eileen Tropier, Personnel Officer, and Meg, Employee Benefits Supervisor to attend Melville Healthcare Reform Update. Town Attorney to enter into stipulation of settlement with service agreement with Employees, Inc. and employee number 110514-100 in lieu of proposed Section 75 charges. Set Deputy Supervisor salary at $35,000 per annum, all per the printed agenda.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes on A through N, no on O.
Councilman Wareheim.
No on O, yes on the remainder.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
And Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes.
Number 5, the town board to authorize the acceptance of the following as per 5A through C, performance bond and donations and escrow.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes.
Hold on one second, there's a lot of them, so I gotta see where we gotta start here. Town board to authorize the controller to execute the following as per 6A through P, and they're all transfers and increase in revenue codes to various accounts.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes.
Number 7, the town board to authorize supervisor to execute the following in a form approved to town attorney as per 7A and B, a hold harmless agreement with Smithtown Central School District, and an agreement with Paula Stoltzman, RN, to provide services to the town as a nurse consultant for Horizon Counseling Center.
Councilman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes.
Number 8, the town board to approve settlement in the following matters per recommendation of the town attorney for 8A, B, and C, $266.13, $1,180.80, and $150.03 as per the agenda item.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes.
Town board to authorize release of the following as per 9A and B, a check and a check.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor
A
Vecchia.
is out on it, so person, of course, that already.
Okay. Okay, town board under personnel to approve the following matters. 10A is not, is
Withdrawn.
withdrawn. So it would be 10B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And they are changing title, full-time appointment, acceptance of volunteer services, seasonal appointment, full-time appointment, part-time, 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 part-time appointment, and an increased salary as per the attached list.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Item number 11, traffic, the town board to authorize the following amendments to the Uniform Traffic Code and authorize Traffic Safety Department to install and maintain the necessary signs as per traffic. Item number 11 of the printed agenda.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes, I have one other for the general agenda,
There's a bunch of them.
and that's the sale of surplus town equipment at the municipal services facility.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Want to do this one?
Just did that one.
That is the read on now to adopt it. I'm going to do the other ones.
Mr. Town Attorney, we now adopt that public hearing on Older Drive? Okay, so you can read that.
Okay. 153 Alder Drive, town entry onto property, town entry onto certain property located at 153 Alder Drive, Kings Park, New York, as reputedly owned by the estate of James Vita for the purpose of removing rubbish, debris, tall grass, weeds, overgrown vegetation, bamboo within 10 feet of the property boundaries in violation of Town Code Chapter 222 per recommendation of the town attorney and director of public safety, and it's for public hearing on September 9th.
Councilwoman Noak.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchia.
Yes, that
Yep.
concludes,
We have a few more.
Yeah. Think it would be good. Let me see. This will be recreation.
Yeah,
Okay, one is water district, so that would have to go to water district agenda.
yeah.
So we have part-time appointment of Pamela Vinnick to the position of recreation lead in the school-age childcare at $18.50 an hour, not to exceed half the normal work week, effective September 10th, 2014.
Okay.
The next one's for the Board of Water. That's a different-
No, we have a part-time appointment for Jacqueline.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Romano.
them individually.
Individually, okay. Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Water District, another one, transfer of funds, that's water, transfer of funds.
Now, we'll now be convened as a water district board.
We
Yes.
still have that part-time appointment. Is that for the water?
That's water district appointment.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I
see
got the
that.
cancellation of the meeting. on top.
Acting as a Board of Water Commissioners, we have the minutes approval for Tuesday, August 12th, 2014.
Cancellation. Okay.
Transfer of funds in the amount of $20,000. Transfer in the amount of $12,723.38. Release of $50 in escrow funds, and a part-time appointment of Jacqueline Romano to the position of part-time account clerk in the Smithtown Water District, not to exceed one-half the normal work week.
These other ones.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Yes,
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor
I'm
Vecchio?
checking right now. Okay, you want something? Water improvements, that's on
Okay,
there.
we'll be reconvened as a town board again. Town board authorized the cancellation of the town board meeting scheduled for September 25th, 2014.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, okay, that concludes the resolutions. I'll move to close the
You
meeting.
have
Second.
more escrow. You have a couple of
You wish to be heard? Yes, ma'am.
transfer funds.
Can you come up there so we
They were on
can...
Yeah, I see
regular
that.
water
Yep.
district.
Now I see.
They were printed,
No,
no, regular.
And, what are you, two more here? I'm sorry, I did not see you.
That's okay. My name is Pat Biancanello. I'm speaking today as a resident of the town of Smithtown. I want to make it known for all the people who are not here today, who had no idea that there would be a 700% increase in the deputy supervisor's salary. For those people that I represent, that I talk to, it is a heartbreaker that this board, absent Councilman Wareheim and Councilman Creighton, would decide to set a salary 700% higher, $35,000 versus $30,000 versus $5,000, without any discussion, without any public notification about this event. It is an outrage that you have not included this as part of the contract, budget negotiations. And I don't understand how, Mr. McCarthy, you can vote when you're the deputy supervisor, how that is legal for you to vote to raise your salary, why you did not abstain. This has nothing to do with you as the council person. This has to do with the position. It's a slap in the face to everyone who works in this town, who's struggling in departments that are undermanned. It's a slap in the face to all the people who work in this town, who are paying taxes, that their voices were not heard in this. There was no opportunity for them to address this. And for three of you to push this forward, it's the reason why people don't want to get involved in politics. It's the reason people don't want to go into government, that this could be done without any advance notice. Can you explain to me how Mr. McCarthy can vote on this when he's the deputy supervisor and you're raising his salary?
Yeah, who you are asking? me?
Anyone?
Well, I believe that most deputy town supervisors in other localities make well over $100,000 to perform the task of deputy supervisor. 2 or 3 weeks ago, you asked me for the memorandum in which I wrote to the town board asking them to support that increase. So you had certainly advance notice. It also makes it onto the agenda, which goes on the internet. So that's, well, allow me to finish. Okay, you asked me to explain
Okay.
to you, and I did. What else did you want to know?
Okay, I don't understand how someone who's the benefactor of $30,000 raise can vote on his salary.
Well, it's not a question I can answer.
Well, maybe the town attorney can answer it. And also, I want to point out that our discussions throughout the years, and I've been active, I've been involved watching town government, it's always been, Supervisor, that we do not do business like the other towns do. We do not set our government up. We do not, council people have their staff, council people have secretaries. So now to say that our deputy supervisor will get a salary of what, $95,000? Is that what it will be? With pension added to that and health care costs? That really is an outrage to do without advance notice to the public.
But I don't understand what you mean by advance notice. It
Without
does make
discussion.
it does make the internet. And
Mr.
there was a
Supervisor.
discussion, I believe, was that open to the public?
No, that was the-
I believe we did have advance notice. We did discuss.
Really? Because I must have missed that
Maybe you
part.
did.
But please, if I could get an answer, not now, if there's no way to get an answer, maybe I have to speak with
What is the
town
question?
attorney. How Mr. McCarthy
Well,
could
that's a question
legally
he-
vote on his own salary increase.
If you'd like, we can discuss it after the meeting if you like.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'll move to close the meeting.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
No, you got it? No,
I don't believe so.
there was no other person desiring to speak? No.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.